moving to our last segment here on ETB Extra. Thank you for clicking in today during your lunch hour at goetbtigers.com. Hey, don't forget tomorrow night we'll have Tiger basketball beginning at 5:30 in the ladies' game, men's game at 7:30 as the Tigers host Belhaven University. Last regular season game of the year for both the Lady Tigers and Tigers. And, of course, they advance on and play in the ASC tournament next weekend. Now it's time to talk Tiger baseball with the head coach of the Tigers, Jared Hood. And Coach, I want to talk about last night's game since it's fresh on my mind because it's the home opener, which is always something special. But, wow, 68 degrees when the first pitch was thrown. It was a beautiful night at the ballpark.
Yeah, it was nice. You really can't ask for anything else. We were dry. I had to do some work early in the morning to get the field ready to go. But, come game time, everything was pretty nice.
You won last night over Jarvis Christian College, a NAIA school that's in Hawkins, Texas, plays in the conference at Wiley College, who is here in Marshall as well. You win that ball game 8-5, and just, wow, 3 home runs in the game, 2 by Tyler Bates and 1 by Zach Compton. Yeah. Good to see the bats alive.
Yeah, Tyler's he's really swinging the bat well right now. He, I don't know how many runs he's got so far this season, but it's by far the most on our team. It just seems like every time you look, he's on base and he's crossing the plate. So he's doing a nice job, seeing it well. Compton got him a nice ball to handle out there and put a good swing on it. So, it was kind of our guys. It was a little bit different attitude coming in. It was the first game that they got to go to class before. Then they get out of class and have to come out and get ready to go. So it was a little bit different kind of tempo for them. It took a little bit of an adjustment on their part, and we kind of had to find a spark there later in the game to get us back going. But we were able to overcome that and get the win.
I noticed that you used 4 pitchers in the ball game. That wasn't by design, was it?
Well, these midweek games, it's always kind of by design. You never really want to use more than 4 or 5. But kind of the way that our staff is. I mean, those guys are going to have to pitch this weekend too. So we don't want to burn anybody out for the weekend. And it's really kind of a glorified bullpen session for those guys to get out there and get some work and to get out there and compete against some live hitters and get some work in and get ready to go this weekend.
With the win last night, good win for the Tigers to beat Jarvis Christian College 8-5 here at home. Let's go back to the weekend series, which you traveled to Irving to play the University of Dallas. A very nice program up there. And, of course, you come away with 2 wins. Let's talk about game 1, which you won that ball game by a score of 11-3, which is a 7-inning game, which happens a lot in doubleheaders.
It was, it was a little bit different. You're talking about we were coming from Chapman the weekend before out in California where it was 82 degrees and sunny, and you go up to Irving, and it was high 50s, low 60s. The wind was blowing 15 to 20 miles an hour straight in. So it was a good day to pitch, not ideal conditions to hit. So it took our hitters to have a game plan, make some real-time adjustments as far as keeping the ball out of the air. And our guys just did an outstanding job. Pitchers did exactly what they needed to do. Ernest Perez and Kyle Lowson, in that type of situation with the wind blowing in like that, challenge the hitters, dare them to hit it as hard as they can, and hold that ball up for the outfielders, and the hitters were able to get the ball out of the air and get on base, and we scored some runs.
Now, Kyle Lowson in the first game went the distance, which is kind of unusual for this part of the year, pitcher going the distance, or is it you expected something from him?
Well, he's a guy. He's got some experience under his belt. He spent 3 years at junior college. I actually signed him out of high school at the junior college level. So he kind of understands his body. He understands his arm. Understands what he needs to do to be successful. And when a guy's rolling like that, I mean, you want him to be successful. You want him to go the whole distance. And and I went over to him. I said, "Hey, do you want it?" And he said, "Yes, sir." And that's all it took for me. So, there was no hesitation to give him the ball there.
So he gets a complete game in his first victory. Well, he's actually 1-1 on the year. And then in game 2, you win that ball game over University of Dallas. And Ernest Perez, as you mentioned a while ago, had a good outing. He went 8 innings in that ball game. So you got to be pleased with the pitching staff right now in those 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And the scores, Kyle actually had an opportunity to, he probably had the best opportunity to pitch a shutout game. We had some errors behind him. We kicked the ball around a little bit, but Perez, man, he went in there and he commanded the zone and you know, and their bats, I mean, they got some hits off of them or whatever, but we never got in trouble and took care of business, took care of the baseball, and we were able to get the win for them.
Visiting with head coach Jared Hood of Tiger Baseball here at East Texas Baptist University. And, Coach, I know it's early in the season, but as a coach and a coaching staff, as you evaluate your players, what are you liking? What's impressing you right now with your team and how they're coming together so early in the season?
The game of baseball, everything that's measured is measured upon consistency, and that's one thing that I've told our guys is we've got to be consistent in everything that we do as far as how we approach the game, how we approach practice, the intensity level that we bring, our work ethic, and everything like that. You can't always control the hits or the strikeouts or whatever, but if we're controlling what we can control, then we've always got an opportunity to be successful. And what I really liked is last night, up to this point, we've been doing a really good job of bringing intensity to the yard every day. Yesterday was a little bit different. I kind of felt like we were dragging a little bit during BP. You know, and as soon as I brought it to their attention during the game, when Jarvis tied the game back up, I brought it to their attention, and boom, it was, you know, like a light switch turned on, and they were able to overcome that and never look back from it. But the key to our success is coming with that intensity every day.
Give us a scouting report of the games ahead for the Tigers.
Well, you know, to be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about Shriner. I've looked at their record. To me, records don't mean a whole lot. You know, they're going to come in here and they're hungry for wins. And in my mind, they're going to do everything they can to get some wins. You know, we're going to do everything, or we have to do everything to be able to avoid that. So we've got to keep hitting. We've got to keep throwing strikes and not let any free runners on base. And, you know, we're always going to have a chance to be successful that way.
Coach, any final words before we let you go?
Come check us out Friday night at 7 o'clock, first pitch, and then Saturday at 1, doubleheader.
And if you got some of those nice chairs that you have that sit outside, come out, sit along the right field line, and just sit up there on that grassy area. It's a great place to watch Tiger baseball. Yeah. And the way the weather's going to be, it's going to be nice to come out to see the Tigers play. I like leaving work every day when y'all are practicing because you play some good music down there at the ball field during practice. So come out during practice and listen to some great music being played as well. Well, Coach, best to you and your Tigers as you play this weekend against Shriner.
Thanks, Mike.
Jared Hood's been our last guest today here on ETBU Extra. Thank you for clicking in today. I want to say thank you to the Kenneth and Matthew and Adam for doing all the behind-the-scenes work that makes the show possible each week. Don't forget, next week we're going to have the show on Monday at noon. Monday at noon because we've got some basketball teams that are preparing for the American Southwest Conference Championship Tournament. So we'll see you Monday at noon for another edition of ETBU Extra. So long and have a great day